Welcome to the Limelight podcast, where authors, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders step forward to share their ideas, stories, and strategies. I'm Clarissa Burt, inviting you into thoughtful dialogue, refined insight, and an esteemed way of living. Hey everybody, it's Clarissa here. We are back in the Limelight with another extraordinary woman, entrepreneur, author, and boy, have we been having a conversation pre-show. And I just got done telling her that I took her test. Hello, Anette.
Hello.
DeMattio, there she is. Here's her book, by the way. Too Strong for Your Own Good. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about. I was telling her that I just took her test, which is, what is it, toogoodquiz.com?
TooStrongPatterns.com.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went to something else. But anyway, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Oh,
I think it was two. Yeah, I
you're
forget
right.
what the heck.
I'm thinking because I answered the question of what did I take? You took the Too Strong Patterns quiz.
I forget which one it was. Yeah.
Yes.
And I came out as the first responder. So, and you went, well, that makes sense after what you just got done telling me. But before we get into the quiz and all the fabulous things that you talk about in your book, I was hoping that you didn't mind. I love your pretty use of the English language. And so what I wanted to do, you had sent in the beautifully written, even typed, but, just beautifully written the way it's supposed to be. And I'm a big deal. I used to win all like the Parker's, spelling tests in school. And I loved English class. Of course, I never, I was not that great in math. So, I certainly had my downfalls, but I loved, if you don't mind my just sharing. So the note you sent with me in your book, and it goes like this: Dear Clarissa, it was a pleasure to meet you at the National Publicity Summit. You know what it means to be celebrated for strength. Also know what it costs. That's exactly what my book is about, and I hope you find the right moment. So, boy, was that pretty. It really just hit me so nicely. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Oh, you're so kind. Well, I'm a little bit of a yapper, so before we get to to all the good stuff, I just really wanted to come back in and say that was such a pretty usage.
Thank you.
With couple of very simple sentences, and it just hit home, as did, if you don't mind, when you wrote, where was it? I'll have to get back to it. I think it was in your acknowledgments where you're talking to your girls. Oh no, here we go. So do you mind if I share? This is just so pretty. So this is in your, I believe it's like an acknowledgement, if you will, to my fierce mother, Dr. Anne Romano, who shattered expectations when women were told to stay small and modeled the kind of relentless strengths that breaks barriers. You rose in a world not built for softness, and still you showed me how to rise no matter what. To my beautiful daughters, Rachel and Jessica, your compassion and strength remind me every day why I do this work and what it truly means to lead with love. Oh God, I need a tissue. You are my living prayer. Watching you grow gave me the courage to heal. You are the reason I chose softness over survival. Thank you for loving me, even when I was still learning to love myself. Well, we've done the show. We can say goodbye because that girl is extraordinary. Just so beautiful. Thanking your mother and what she taught and what you then were able to pass to your girls. It's extraordinary. You do talk about, again, you're too strong for your own good. And let's take a deeper dive into that. Let's get into that a minute. The book speaks about what? What is the message here?
It's the fact that listen, it's great to be strong. I'm not saying it's not good. Of course it's great. And especially as women, we're really taught to be strong. However, we have we do it to the extreme. And so what I mean by that is we have become like this kind of super strong or too strong, where there's no balance of us taking back and saying, okay, we're part of this equation.
Yeah.
Yes, we could be strong for others, but we need to first be strong for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I learned from my mom. It's interesting. I don't really speak about her, but she was in a world like growing up kind of like in that, she went back to school in the 60s. So she was all that, flower power kind of thing. And man, does she just like burn through and be the kind of strong that was more on the masculine side.
Right. Yeah.
And because we had to be.
Hmm.
Right. So, and I grew up on Wall Street, and so I had to be that kind of, wear the suits and all that kind of stuff. But just burning ourselves out,
Burning
doing,
ourselves out. Yeah.
being what we're not really built to be,
Uh-uh.
is that pushing and just constant
Right.
movement, having
Right.
to take care of everyone and everything, and then we're left as the last thing to even. The only way that we actually take care of ourselves, and that's what happened to me, is when it comes at a cost, and it came at a cost to my health.
Yeah.
Right? And so
Yeah.
you hear people say it's cost to their relationships, but
Hmm.
I had no choice. I was on my back, so
Yeah.
it's like I had no choice. So
So there
that's
you
one of
go.
the
That's
things.
that's the universe being the universe. It's life being life. It's your body talking to you. And I know you talk to that in the book as well. It's also the pressure until, something triggers in your life where you just have to take a step back, take a deep breath, and cut it out, quite frankly. I
Right.
mean, I think one of the things that we do struggle with as, what was I saying? Not category A women. What was I saying? Or before I said it to you, just really, really strong women is that we're always waiting, I think, for permission.
Of course.
And that's
Right.
one of the things that nobody ever gives you. I mean, you didn't
Right.
even think permission was a word.
Right.
So that whole permission thing and being able to do that. And then when you do maybe take a little couple steps down that permission path, you feel guilt
Yes.
because why? Because you're taking the self-care day, you're going to get your nails done, you needed to get your hair cut and all the things. And he's like, mom, honey, 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 work, all the things
Right.
that are chomping at your heels all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So I did want to you were talking about, yeah, again, too strong. So what is too strong?
Yeah. It's all of that, what you just said.
Right.
It's actually just pushing ourselves um, to the past the point that we feel like we have to carry everything, be the that's why I'm thinking the first responder
Right.
because you just mentioned it.
Right.
It's
Right.
like you were there for everybody and everybody's thing, trying to put out fires.
Yeah.
You're anticipating problems before they even exist.
Yeah.
But the body is asking, if you don't mind, the body
Sure.
is asking to stop that and be able to just like your nervous system is always heightened as a result.
Hmm.
You have to
Hmm.
be, right? You have to
Yeah.
be on. And that's how things happen in our lives, especially when it comes
Health
to
wise.
nervous
Yes, of
system with health
course.
wise.
Yeah.
Exactly. As a result. So it's very tricky because we're taught these beautiful gifts that we have, right? They are beautiful gifts. Be of service and be of value and giving and caring and holding everything and being that person who puts out every fire, right?
Right. Right.
But when it comes to the expense of just continuing that and
Yes.
not taking that break back for
Yeah.
yourself, that's where it becomes an issue. That's where it's too strong.
And here's another thing that, for at least I've experienced, and I don't know if you can relate to this, but it's not always appreciated by everybody either. Now,
Right.
they'll run to you for the help because they need the help.
Right.
But, and then it's you're condescending and you're difficult and you think you know everything. Yeah, I just did what you asked me to do.
Right. Right.
We have different skill sets and it's okay. And I don't mind doing it, but I don't want to catch crap for it either.
Right.
Did
Right.
do you understand what I'm saying when
Oh yeah. It's
yeah,
just being you. You're showing up being you. They're asking you to be you.
yeah, exactly.
But that's too much.
Well, in some cases in my lifetime, I have to now look, I'm not going to say I am totally, the type A, and I'm very strong and I'm strong-willed. And I love the fact that I was the responsible kid, the dependable kid, the firstborn. I love all of that. But I too had to learn how to soften along the way. And that was not always an easy go. It took a minute to kind of figure that out. And life will bite you in the butt when it's time to learn a lesson like that. I think
Yeah.
that's really what my experience has been. Your body is talking. Are you listening? And I think that's kind of what we've been talking about. I'm reading
Mhm.
from your one sheet. Are you listening? What more should we be listening to? The physical, obviously.
Our body's constantly talking to us. It's just that there's that ability to be able to not only listen, but also trust what you're hearing,
Yeah.
right? Because there is this tendency of Oh, you know what? I have a headache, for instance, right? Someone had just said this recently to me that I had a headache. So she was running to get pain meds, right? Like the Advil,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And he stopped and kind of held it and wait a second. What's his headache representing? Because this is what we go through, right? Okay, stop. Is it something physical? Because sometimes it is on a physical level. And then
Sure.
she's, oh, I haven't drank water. I've drank so much coffee. It's been
Right.
okay. So
Right.
she's okay. I need to drink water. What else? Is there something emotional behind this?
Mm-hmm.
And came off of a difficult situation where there was literally she said that she when she looked at the pattern in her body, because I teach people just to stop and pay attention where in your body.
Right.
It starts sometimes in the head, like if you have a headache, but sometimes there's a pattern that's
Mhm.
starting somewhere else in the body.
Right.
And for her, it was her neck. She said, you know what? I just got done having a pain in the neck conversation about something. It's funny
There
on
are
one,
no coincidences.
right?
Yeah.
But if we just stop and just say, okay, what just happened? Why? Did it impact my body? And we have the tendency of thinking that our body, to
Yeah.
me, our body, quite honestly, is the most honest thing that we have
Yeah. Yeah.
going
Pay
because,
attention.
right? Is to
So
pay
pay
attention.
attention. Yeah.
So
And I think
because,
that's a great point too about drinking more water. I live in Phoenix, so obviously we
yeah.
get that, a lot. But there's so much to that glass of water. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
you know.
So that's what she did. And then she also said, okay, what else? Like, what can I do now? And she heard like, go take a walk, get outside, and not having to take the Advil, right? So it's not like
Yeah.
there's anything, I don't have anything against meds. When you need them, you need them. But we have a tendency of looking outside ourselves all the time for answers where if we just stop and ask our own bodies what to do, we'll
Right.
get that, right? And of course, from that is, okay, why did that situation impact her so greatly that it impacted her body? And so
Absolutely.
that's going down a little bit further and to find out why, right? So,
Right.
and yeah, it's just all part of it. Our bodies are brilliant. It's just trusting and
Yeah, it's
listening.
just stopping long enough to listen. And a
Right,
lot of us have a little, we got that's lesson number one, stop long enough to listen, I think.
right.
You also say you can't mindset, air quotes, your way through a full body problem.
Yeah,
Explain.
yeah. Listen, mindset is mindset. That's all we hear about is,
Mhm.
but we are such a whole magnificent being, all right? So we have our spiritual body, we have our emotional body, we have a physical body, we have a psychological body. It encompasses all.
Right, right.
So that's why, and that's like something that I've learned along the way, having so many health issues, that it's not just one of those, it's all of those. What are we saying? If I look at the wellness wheel, like,
Sure.
right, if you look in the wellness wheel, it starts with like the emotional aspect.
Mhm.
Okay, how am I feeling? What am I saying to myself?
Right.
What products am I putting on my body? What products am I putting
Absolutely.
in my
Yeah.
body? Right? It's all of it.
All of it.
And we don't think of that. Are we going after our passion? Are we
Yes.
really fulfilling
Yes.
ourselves every day with something that is calming and that we feel so good about? And right? And most of us just go. We
Yeah.
just go. We don't
Yeah.
stop. So
And
yeah,
that was one of the things that I do talk about when frequently, and that is your self-care time in your calendar is non-negotiable. I don't care when it is. I don't care when you do it. I don't care if you have to partner with a mom for, play dates. I don't care when you do it. But it's as non-negotiable as getting the dog to the vet, getting the kids' haircut done, getting to the, whatever else, you get the idea. But it has to be every Saturday morning, whatever. I make that up. From 9 o'clock to noon, mom is out and
yeah,
dad takes over or a friend takes over. And then you do the same for her potentially that next Saturday. So you guys, switch off. I don't know. I'm not a mother. And so, but I really highly always suggest very strongly, by the
mhm,
way, that goes in just like any other appointment, just like any other Zoom call, just like any other podcast, just like anything else you have to do. And again, it's non-negotiable because somatically, as you've been saying, the body can only take so much before it starts to break down. And I shared with you before the show, I just myself had been diagnosed with something that's breaking down my body, came out of nowhere, and it's called fibromyalgia. It's extremely painful.
Mm.
and it has me really going through it at the moment. So, again, be forewarned that your body will only take so much, your mind can only take so much, your psyche can only take so much, all the things that you were talking about.
Mm.
It has to be a non-negotiable.
Yeah,
Uh, when your superpowers go rogue, so hypervigilance, overgiving, all the superpowers that I think we do love that about ourselves,
sure.
right? It's one
Yeah.
of the things I think we are proud of ourselves about. But
Right.
when it goes rogue, okay, what do you mean by that?
Yeah. I noticed that when there is that out of balance of giving too much like that, there's some type of survival pattern that was created as a result of that. So, underneath it all, like if I look at, and I was also diagnosed with fibromyalgia when I had chronic pain, where I couldn't figure out why,
Mhm.
because I think it was after the fifth cancer, my body just went enough.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I forgot, sorry, so sorry, I forgot to mention that's really very important in your story is you had I think 6 cancer bouts.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that is extraordinary. Let's get
Yeah.
into that too when you're
Yeah.
done.
So
Wow.
it was this kind of thing where I think by the fifth, I still wasn't kind of really paying attention. So when you go into chronic pain, you have no choice but to pay attention. And I'm saying that out of, just empathy, knowing that it was so difficult to figure out why, and the functional doctors to see, and everyone else to kind of figure out how and why. And I started tracing back because I noticed that, and this is also not only for me, it was noticed with clients as well. When you trace back any type of physical ailment or any type of survival pattern, is what I was called that we were just talking about, where this over vigilance. When I go back to find out, like, what was the source of that? What's the root of that? There's usually some type of traumatic event. There's usually, or
Right.
not just one,
Right.
or that happened in childhood.
Yep.
For me, personally, I did have cancer as a child, but then I was sexually abused by one of the cancer
Oh,
doctors.
good Lord.
So, and that was between 3 and 10 years old. So it was this kind of um,
Right.
underneath everything, right? This unresolved.
Right.
And so that's how I learned to be strong. And people love the fact that I was strong. Of course, I got through a lot of things because of it,
Sure.
except that it helps us disconnect from ourselves much more faster, I think, because
Right.
it's a learned skill set to do that.
Right.
It's that conditioning. It's rewinding the conditioning and rewinding the belief systems that we have to do and do more, love more, give more to receive the love and the worth and the value. So
Right.
it's not until we go back and really look at resolving those,
Yeah.
what was the original cause, that unwinding can actually happen.
So how did you go about that? You've had your traumas. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry for what I've heard and what you went through. How did you rewind the traumas? How did you plow through or whatever you want to, however we want to put it? What were the exercises potentially, the books, the meetings, the docs? Oh, how did
Yeah.
you do it?
It was, that's why I look at the whole person. For me, it took a while. The chronic pain is not something that, when it goes on, it takes a while to go off, so, or unwind. And some people don't think they can, but you can. It is possible, because it can leave not quite as fast as how it came on
Right.
sometimes,
Right.
right? Because that's what I found. But it is this unwinding, like in the onion, right? You're going to layer on top of layer.
Did you
But
use subliminal tapes? In other words, did you have, yeah, okay.
so
So
I did, personally, I went through, I could not, I was like this, I couldn't get enough
get
of
enough. Yeah.
spiritual work, working with shamans, working with Qigong medical
Right.
practitioners,
Yes.
learning every healing modality
Good.
possible.
Yes.
So I can do it myself.
Yeah.
It's this, when plus I started using the reframing and being a coach, that's kind of in my training, and just kept looking. And it wasn't until, it's going to sound funny when I say this, but it wasn't until it was validated that it was medical sexual abuse or in the medical system
Wow.
that I thought it was part of what I went to go to the doctors for. I knew something was wrong, but I just, you're
Wow.
young, you're a
Yeah,
baby.
of
Like, how are you supposed
course.
to know this?
Of
So it
course.
really, unfortunately, it did a number on
Yeah,
what the, trust and all that
exactly.
kind of betrayal.
So may I ask, are you
Yeah.
pain-free now and cancer-free now?
Yeah, so it's been over 20 something years for the cancer.
Yay.
And so the pain took a little bit longer. But I did work with functional doctors. I did work with, emotional aspect of going through doing some trauma work, doing the healing on the spiritual side of it. So it was an
All
all-encompassing
encompassing, yeah.
project, right? But I believe it can happen much faster having that intention and knowing we have so much. Back then, there wasn't really the internet, like I couldn't really
Yes,
look
of course.
things up,
Yeah, we
right?
know.
But we have
We
it
know.
now. We have
Right,
AI, to kind
right.
of put our whole system
Yep.
together, help us with that. But yeah, it definitely, that if it's anything, is like really, if I can transfer this hope for you, like for this, that's what I would love to do. It's like holding that space of healing for you
Right.
because
Thank
it is
you.
possible. It's possible.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for that. It's very kind. Strength reimagined. Maybe we've already touched upon it, but you say the shift from pushing and proving to leading from embodied authority.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that because our bodies are so brilliant, I mean, and this whole experience, because I had no choice to really start speaking to and going in and asking my body what it needed, where was the pain, what was the pain representing, why was it this way? That's when I started really looking at how important it is to, I just I'm going to tell this story. So recently, a client came to me and she was having a business issue. All right, okay, fine. She was transferring her business to coaching, and she was having a problem with getting clients. Okay, just in speaking to her about this, this is a business where she came, right? But when I work with people, I can see part of my gift. I'll be able to see where the patterns are blocked.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I stopped asking people, I stopped telling people where the blocks were because we're so brilliant, especially women. We're so intuitive. And when I stopped and I said, well, where do you feel that in your body? Like 98% of people know where it is.
In the
And
heart?
so it's
Is it
right.
heart
And it's like,
chakra?
no, it's there.
All
Sometimes
right.
for her specifically, it was her stomach area, which was her power center. And it turned out that it really went back even further when she was in part of a car crash and one of her brothers
Oh,
died. And that's when
wow.
her
Oh
parents
my gosh.
changed. And so
Yeah.
it's like she came in for business, right? So if we don't go back to kind of seeing where it is that there's a block that's somewhere along the line, it's that
No
pattern. If
doubt.
it's right, it's in our bodies someplace.
You got it.
So once in working with that, for, she goes, "Why is it every time I speak to you that I get clients?" And it's not me. I'm not doing anything.
You're the conduit.
Right? Right. But holding that space
Yeah.
for her body to feel safe enough to be able to release that.
Oh,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Right.
That's extraordinary. Here's the book, everybody. I don't know if I showed it before. It's called Too Strong for Your Own Good, Annette DeMattio. I lived in Italy for 30 years, right? So usually I say Italian names in an Italian way. People go, "What do you, we live in the United States. Why are you saying it like that?" So love the book. Just love your
Oh,
work. I think it's really wonderful. Here's the last question I normally ask everybody, Annette. And you can't say your husbands and you can't say children. So no marriage and no children. That cannot be the answer. But up until now in your lifetime, what would you say has been your crowning moment?
ooh. Oh, that's such a good
I
question.
know I love that too.
So juicy. Okay. So I had an experience that net, I didn't want to be here anymore. It was 30 something years ago, second cancer, father
Hey,
died,
sure. Oh,
infertility.
wow.
Well, just add it all up. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done,
Yep.
God.
Yep.
I'm done in this service.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you so
yeah.
much. I'm leaving. And just like that, I heard the best way I can describe it is my name sung in light. There's this vibration. I used to sing in choirs. It was something I'd never heard of before. It was the harmonics that were not even from here. But that sense of feeling that love and that vibration, and it was shown my purpose, why I'm here, what I am to be doing. And if I didn't have that 8-second experience, I don't know if I would be here because it pulled me forward.
Wow.
It didn't just pushed me forward. It pulled
Oh,
me because I
wow.
kept saying, because that was only the second cancer. I can imagine there was more after that. And I kept saying, no, I'm here for a reason.
Right.
So it having that experience of knowing that we all are loved and we all are connected. And if one suffers, we all suffer. If we can help one, we help all, right?
No doubt.
Right.
No
So
doubt.
that's, I think that has to be the crowning moment of why I'm still actually here.
Love that. I'll ask you one more question and then we'll close. What is next for you? What's on the vision board?
Ooh. So, I'm, s- I was just offered a local TV, wants me to do a show about being too strong. And
Yeah.
so as
Where are you
scary as
locally?
it
Where
is,
are you?
I'm in East Hampton, New York.
Okay.
So I'm scared, I'm scared and doing it anyway. I'm not a TV person. I never
Right.
was, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've been avoiding, but it's been presented, and I feel like that's the best way I can help people.
Yes.
Really, people are suffering. We're in a
Yes.
society of, right? But
Yes.
pushing. No, we
Well,
need to.
let me
Yeah.
tell you this. Take it from somebody who's been on television for half of her life. Do
Wow.
it.
Oh,
Do it. You're gonna fall in love with the microphone. You're gonna fall in love with the
really?
television set. You're gonna fall in love with the people you work with. You're gonna fall in love with the audience that follows you.
Uh,
And I think that'll be like that your light bulb moment going, yeah, this is I can get to the masses now. I can get to a larger audience.
right, right.
And it'll be great for the book too. So there you go.
Thank you so much, Clarissa.
Annette, you have been such a joy. Again, everybody, here it is. Too strong for your own good. We know those women. We love these gals, but they need to be taking good care of themselves too. All right. Amazon, right?
Oh, yes. Or
Okay.
anywhere, really.
Anywhere really. All
Yeah.
right. Thanks again, Annette.
Thank you.
Be well.
Thank you. You too.
Hey, everybody, it's
Listening to
Clarissa
this
here. We
episode
are
of
back
Me
in
and
the
the
line.
Limelight podcast, intelligent media for the savvy entrepreneur. You'll find my video interviews on YouTube and clarissaburt.com, and the audio version of the interviews you can get wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to connect with me on social, pretty much anywhere, and do stay well until we meet again in the Limelight.